And we're here to talk about Alvin and the Chipmunks. How great
Yeah,
was that movie?
it was it was amazing. I mean, like there's nothing else being released this weekend, right?
No, I don't think there was, but that Alvin and the Chipmunks movie was like just an amazing movie that respected the past and everything. You know what I mean? Like it really. No, I'm kidding, obviously.
Yeah, yeah. So this is obviously the title is Star Wars: The Force Awakens. Spoiler chat. So we are going to get into spoilers, but before we do that, um, we are going to give our non-spoiler review. This is just going to be quick. It's going to be a couple of minutes. So if you come in here, seeing that I uploaded a video, there will be a couple of minutes, and then we're going to get into spoilers. So go into your review. Give me a non-spoiler. What are your a couple of minutes thought?
So you want me to go now?
Yeah.
It was an amazing movie. Best movie I've seen this year, period. And it almost made me forget like every movie that came out this year. Like after, because I'm not like the biggest Star Wars fan in the world. I'm gonna admit that. Like I'm not, that knowledgeable about the universe as much as most fans. I like the movies. I saw them back in the '90s when they were re-released in theaters. And I've seen the movies a lot over time. It's just I'm not. It's not like my first love or anything like as much as you. That's your big thing, you know what I mean? But after this movie, it made me even more of a fan. Like I want to become a fan as much as like most people of this shit because it was just an amazing movie in general. And I've seen the movies multiple times. The prequels, I don't know, like they're not that good, but the original trilogy is way better. And this is, I would say, the best one. I would say this is better than the original trilogy. You
So
know,
what's coming out next year?
I don't even remember now, to be honest.
Okay. So my quick
But let
general.
me just say one more thing.
Yeah.
The acting across the board was amazing. The special effects were amazing. The villain was more than just a one-dimensional villain. He had depth to him. The heroes were great. Daisy Ridley stole the show. She was amazing. Overall, I think it's a flawless movie. It could have problems, it could have nitpicks, but I haven't seen them yet. Maybe when I rewatch it, I'll see a couple of problems. But overall, perfect freaking movie. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. My thoughts were the film was great. It was the return that I really wanted. There was one scene that was too heavily CG, and it just didn't fit the movie. I'm going to get into that in my spoiler video, even though I don't think that would ruin anything saying what it is. I just won't say what it is. Also, there are some things that I think needed a little bit more explanation, and it wasn't there. To be fair, that's going to be explained otherwhere, but it should have been explained a little bit here, and that's my big thing. So now, with no further ado, spoilers to the end. Okay, spoilers. We are going to ruin the movie. Guess what? Han Solo is dead. Dead. Everybody who's saying he might come back, no, he's dead. Dead.
I don't know. I thought I like he. It's hard to swallow, because that was a really shocking scene. Like I really didn't think that they would pull the trigger on that. Like I didn't really think they would have the balls to kill off Harrison Ford, especially at the beginning of it coming back. And it just came back. You would think they would save that for maybe a third or a second movie, but no. And it was messed up. Like the way it happened, I could tell that Kylo Ren, the villain, Ben, his real name. Like I didn't think that he wanted to do it, but he thinks that's like his final step going to the dark side.
Yeah.
And I think in the next one, it's going to really, hurt him that he did it. I don't think I think after he did that, he thinks it's going to be that final push of the dark side, but he's going to keep going.
Well, I do
Like I
think
should have
there's
never
going to be a
killed my
little bit of
father.
light. I do think there's going to be that little bit of light that Ray is going to bring him back in the end. But I mean literally the end, not the end of episode 8, but the end of this trilogy. And
I think he had a little bit of that throughout this movie.
yeah,
Like yeah, he was evil, but you know what I mean? There were times where you can tell that he didn't want to be evil. He was manipulated by the Snoke
yeah.
dude.
And I love how he's different than Vader in that Vader would force choke people when he got mad. He was basically just like that kid that would go into your room and like mess up all your shit when you get pissed. And like there's gotta be somebody's gotta make a joke of Kylo Ren and like here's your latte. I ordered a tea. Somebody's
Yeah.
somebody's got to make that joke of something like little happens. But getting to the Han Solo's death scene, unlike Amazing Spider-Man 2, which I'm not going to say what that is, the
Yeah,
movie's been out for.
in the fucking marketing, they didn't spoil it.
Yeah, but I mean, but it's not even that. It's that in that movie, there's a speech that basically outlines something is going to happen. In this movie, unless you know going in like me, because I got that spoiled.
I don't know. I really just didn't think they were gonna do it. I really
Yeah.
didn't think it was gonna happen.
But I will say when that scene came up and he started to walk on there, I'm like, Han Solo's dead. I mean, I gripped for it. I think when did you know he was dead? Like when did you
As
know
soon as he fell, I was like, "Fuck."
okay, so you thought there might be a chance he was getting out of there alive.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna walk away together because you said that you thought Kylo Ren was gonna be redeemed. So I
No,
thought
no,
that
no,
was
no, that
true.
was
I
not.
really no. I think that that's gonna happen, but I for some reason maybe it would have happened in this movie. You never know.
I thought it was a little too early. It would have been a little bit too because we need that bad guy. Now, obviously, there will be new bad guys and there will be new things.
I really didn't think he was gonna do it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Everybody says that, oh, I could see it a little coming, but
Yeah, but let's get into some negatives. One of my negatives of the movie, and you apparently have zero. One of my negatives of the movie, as I was saying earlier, was the scene on the freighter with those CG tentacle monsters. It just was out of place. I would have rather
wait,
it.
what scene?
They're on the freighter. Daisy Ridley, Ray, and Finn have just met Han Solo, and
Oh, that was badass.
it was
I
out.
loved it. I fucking loved that.
I didn't like it. I
I
preferred
thought they
it.
looked great. I don't know. I didn't notice I thought the CGI was all perfect. I don't know. That's just
Well,
me.
it's just one of these things where it was a little too heavy CG, where a lot of the other monsters felt a little bit more practical. Like I've heard people complain, and
Yeah,
I
but
think
it's gonna
they're.
be a mix of both. But for
But I've
stuff
heard
like that, I think it has to be.
no,
When
I
it's
understand, but I don't think it had to be there. I think they could have done
like
something
freaking
different.
that what was her name? The one who gave what's her name?
Uh,
Daisy Ridley, the lightsaber,
Mass.
Maz Kanata. Yeah, I think she had to be CG,
No,
and I
no, and
think
I agree. And there's people that have complained about Maz Kanata's
I
character.
mean
There's
if you're
been
gonna get a
people.
little person to play that, it would just be a little off. They got a real actress to play that, a motion capture. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? Like I think it looked great. I think all
but
the effects were great.
but like I've heard people complain about Maz Kanata. I've heard people complain about Snoke,
I
and
thought he
those
looked cool too. I thought he looked
and,
great.
and those to me are are not good complaints. But I think that space scene it would have been a little bit more like I think that scene should have been Han talking him way out of that. It didn't need to be. We didn't need this big action scene. We could have had a little bit more intimate scene of seeing Han as Han. We didn't need this gigantic epic fight scene. It didn't need to be there. I think it would have been a little bit more meaningful if we got Han being Han before he became like we would have gotten to see the old Han, and I think that would have meant a little bit more.
And I think it was awesome when he showed up on screen, like, because I was scared that, a Harrison Ford, because lately he's phoned it in. He really hasn't been in a good movie in a while, to me. I don't know if I haven't seen every movie he's done, but most of the movies that he's been in lately have been really bad, and he's just been phoning it in. But as Han Solo, like even in the new Indiana, even in Indiana Jones, I felt like he doesn't even feel like why am I here? Like even watching Indiana Jones Crystal Skull, I felt that. But when he shows up in this movie, the second it was like, no, you're Han Solo, you're perfect. He's
Well,
doing a great
absolutely.
job. Like I didn't feel once that he didn't want to be there, you know?
Yeah. No, I absolutely agree with you. I think for the most part, the movie was great. Now, one of my other little negatives is that I think there were a couple of things like the Poe Dameron thing. Poe Dameron just comes back. There's no
Oh, he was
explanation.
so likable. I really liked him.
No, no, I thought he was a great character. I think there should have been a little bit more explanation of how he got out of it. Um,
Yeah,
it was one of those things.
because like,
Also,
yeah, freaking Finn, he crashes and then he goes to find where he was, and then he picks up his jacket. And he couldn't really see in there.
yeah,
But they do say how he survived, though. I just forgot what he exactly said, though.
yeah. Also Han Solo. Finding the Millennium Falcon felt a little too rushed and felt a little too like. Of course, he would find the Millennium Falcon the day it launched. Out of the entire space,
Yeah, but
he'd
it's a
have to.
movie. I mean, of course that's
No,
gonna
I,
happen.
I understand.
You're gonna have freaking conveniences. I mean,
No, I
how is the plot gonna move forward if they
no,
never?
no, I understand. I'm just saying these are my minor complaints. Like these are my complaints. These are the things that bug me. That slightly bug me about the movie. These don't break the movie. The movie is great. I'm just saying if I had to say anything was kind of negative to the movie, these are my complaints. These are
I
the
don't know. I would say one negative is I felt like it was so fast paced that if you're not paying attention to every second, what I'm not saying I didn't, I'm just saying it never lost my attention, which is a great thing. I'm just saying if someone had to go to the bathroom and came back, they would probably miss something
well,
because it's just in such a fast that it keeps moving, it never slows down really.
absolutely. One thing I did because I have a really I use the bathroom in most movies, so I did check my phone to go. Do I need to even think about it? And then like literally another scene came on, and I'm like, nope, put my phone away. There's no way I'm using the bathroom because like it was near the time when they actually went to Starkiller Base, and I'm like, there's no way I'm leaving this theater anymore. This movie is yeah, and I didn't so yeah, I mean, the movie to me was great, and let's get into the
So what did,
positives.
yeah, wait, hold on. What did you think of, all right, let me ask you this.
Yep.
Theories going in. How right were you?
Okay, well, the big one, I don't know.
Well, you no, it's obvious.
It's
No,
obvious.
it's freaking
There,
obvious.
there are people saying it's obvious she's nobody.
What?
Yes.
Like, what movie did you watch? I mean,
John Campia, and he's one person. I can also give you somebody else, but John Campia came out and said, "I'm 100% sure she is not Luke's daughter. 100%." The
how could you be 100% sure on that? How? Like, what does he know the director? No, no, no,
Oh well,
no.
we got a question. We got a question. So let's go to the question. Questions are welcomed. We will answer them, and we will break into the review. We're not just going
No,
to wait till
that
later.
before you get to that comment, I want to say something. That he doesn't know for a fact that she's not, and the movie does allude that she is a Skywalker
No,
at
absolutely,
least.
and I agree with you. I disagree with the people who are saying that.
The lightsaber was cold to her like the lightsaber was to him in the friggin'
Yeah,
no.
I'm
She is a Skywalker. She might not be his daughter, but she's definitely related to him in some
yeah.
way, and it's obvious that she is his daughter. It didn't tell you, but that ending scene when you showed Luke Skywalker and Daisy Ridley up close, it didn't have to say a damn word. That
I
scene spoke millions of words without even opening their mouths. It said it. They
I
are linked.
agree, and there is something I want to say about that in a minute. But let's get to this
They are
comment.
they are linked. That is their family in some way. That I think that is his daughter.
Yeah, and I agree. We'll get into that in a minute. Gabe Kylo 16, who is Supreme Leader Snoke? Um, well, the leading theory going in is that he might just be a new character. But the leading theory going in is that he was Plagueis, who is who's Emperor Palpatine's master, and I do subscribe to that's probably who it is. If you look up pictures, he looks close enough, and he's not 30 feet tall. He's
Yeah,
yeah.
that was a hologram. Yeah.
If he is not, if he is not Plagueis, then I think it would be really cool if he actually is actually really tiny. And then he does
Oh
this.
yeah, yeah. So I that actually crossed my mind. I said that to you
Yeah,
before. I was like, what if he's
yeah.
actually just like a little like midget thing?
What if he's kind of like those aliens in Men in Black?
Yeah,
Like he's
maybe.
actually just like this tiny guy.
And then when you see him, he's like this little thing. Yeah, because you
Yeah,
see how scary and big he is.
yeah. But we don't have a definitive answer on who he is. I
But
think
I
he's
thought he looked
Plagueis.
cool. I really liked the
Yeah.
CGI the way he looked.
I do think he is Plagueis, but let's get back into the
Maybe there's
reason.
a reason for it too that he's
Yeah.
CG. I really think there's a reason for that.
Well,
I liked his. I think he looked creepy as hell too when they showed him for the first time. I was like, "What the fuck is that?" Like, I did not expect that. Like, I never expected Andy Serkis to be this big, giant, freaking thing. I thought he was going to be like an alien, maybe. Well, he is an alien in the movie, but I thought he was going to be like
well, we don't
something.
know if he's an alien. He might be human. He might just be a fucked up human that's been around. Like he could be. Another idea that I had is he could be the first Sith ever.
All right, let me just ask you this. Oh yeah, yeah, I heard you say
And
that
so
before. Yeah.
he could be like this ancient old human who's been around for ages.
All right, so let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Those lightsaber fights, I would say, because people really like the prequel ones. I watched the prequels again. Those lightsaber fights are awesome in the prequels. I'm not gonna bullshit. But those fight scene, like those lightsaber fights, those were like because the ones in the prequels are really choreographed. This is just personal, you know? I
Yeah.
like that. I like that personal fight better than flipping a billion times, even though that was badass. In these, it was like personal and it was like gritty and rough. Like I thought those freaking lightsaber fight, like the lightsaber fight with Rey and Kylo Ren was freaking awesome. Like those freaking like that. Damn, it was awesome. And let's talk about Ray though. I mean, we kind of mentioned it, but what do you think of her? What did you think of the whole thing?
Um.
You know, Daisy
Well,
Ridley. I mean, yeah, Ray.
I loved Ray.
Like, what about that? The Force in her is freaking strong as hell. Like, look
Well,
how
okay, okay.
strong.
There's a theory that I heard, and I actually subscribe to this
But
theory.
what's
Okay.
messed up is that she was learning on the fly and
No, I
beat.
don't think she was. I don't think she was. There's a theory I heard, and I
The
actually,
movie obviously showed
but
that she didn't know what the Force. I mean, she knew what the Force was, kinda, but
can I tell you the theory, and then and then you can, because she was
once she
like,
realized that what she was doing, she got
but
scared.
tell me that. Let me tell you this theory, and then you will get why I'm saying we don't know, and then you might actually agree or disagree with this. Okay. So she's like one of the only people in this world that's saying, no, this is all a myth. Like nobody else is acting like that. Everyone's acting like, no, this stuff is fact. Now, here's the theory, okay?
Mhm.
Luke Skywalker was training her, his daughter. A lot of shit went bad. Luke Skywalker knew he had to get the hell out of there, him and his daughter, and knew he had to hide his daughter. And so what Luke Skywalker does is he does the Force to erase her memory, like in Men in Black, and she has holes. And when she touches that lightsaber, it brings everything back.
Yeah, but that's still the same. Yeah, I know. Yeah, she doesn't remember she was trained at one. Yeah, maybe.
And that means that when she touched that lightsaber, that's why she can start
But
using the
even
Force
that though,
in a
even that,
significant way.
even that though, even that though, if she was trained a little bit, it's still crazy how she learns how to freaking on the fly beat Kylo Ren in his mind. Because when he was trying to get the information from her, she turned the tides on him, and it's like she was like, "You're never gonna be as strong as Darth Vader or whatever."
No, I agree, but I'm just saying that theory would explain that to a certain degree, and
So,
it
what did you
also,
think that Kylo Ren was Han Solo and Princess Leia's kid?
yet again, it was, you said, how right what was I? Well,
Yeah, yeah, I remember you saying that too. Yeah, and
yes,
I remember you showing me a picture of him and Han Solo's like faces together. They look alike.
yes, they do. Like that was one of those theories that absolutely was a popular theory, and that one absolutely was. I think it was interesting that his name was Ben. I'm so happy they didn't go with the expanded universe third son's name. I think that would have been a little too on the nose.
Anakin.
Yeah. Wouldn't that have been a little too on the nose?
Yeah, I don't think they would have used that because of the
like,
prequel.
like it would have been no, not just because of the prequels. It would have been like, oh shit.
But they did
Okay,
use
that
that
name
name.
Anakin never used ever again. Let's make a rule in this family: we never name anybody Anakin ever again. That is banned from this family line. The name Anakin is no longer usable. Like you pick up a book and it says
Skywalkers can't get a break, huh?
what?
The Skywalker family can't catch a break.
Nope.
Darth
And
Vader has to be, Anakin Skywalker gets turned to the dark side and loses his people he loves and turns evil. Freaking Princess Leia gets taken away. I mean, she got a good life because she was a princess, but still, she didn't remember her family really. Luke Skywalker is just some dude who, in the first one has to, scavenge and, he really didn't
he's
have
a
a good
farm
life.
boy, and his aunt and uncle dies, and
And now his daughter freaking got scattered off, and I
yes,
loved
yes,
I loved when they first showed her. You get to like the way her freaking she has to like find these like missing like these parts or whatever and sell them. Like that was awesome. Like, and then showing how she makes her food and everything. Like that was cool. I
and
like
how
I like moments like that with characters because you get to know them.
yeah, and how that guy is reacting to her, that alien who like rips her off
Yeah, those freaking
and
effects. My God,
and how
I'm sorry. I have to say this right now. Anybody who says that a movie can't use practical effects need to look at this movie because yeah, there was CGI in there, but once it was like up close, the real they use practical effects. It was like a breath of fresh air to actually see something that was really there instead of a fake CGI thing. It's like you almost forget how good practical effects could be, how much advanced they become. That movie showed it, man. Like it really looked awesome. Like all those freaking like walking aliens that were huge and everything. Like most of those sets were real. Everything around them was real. Some things was CG, but like everything around them felt real. It wasn't a green screen dome like the prequels. Like it felt real. Like it felt like you were immersed in a world, not some CGI computer screen that was never there. I love the effects. I really think it's going to win an award. If it wins an award for anything, that's what it should win for because those effects are amazing. And any movie from here on out, take notes from this, please. CGI can enhance your movie, but don't use it just to freaking don't rely on it and be lazy because this movie shows that if you do it right, practical could still work and actually help your movie. That's just me.
no, I agree. I mean, and I am the type of person that does think that I do think it is important to use CG when CG is needed.
Yeah, I think it should be there when it's needed, like the scenes in this. I thought when it was CGI, I understood why.
Yeah,
But when it's up close and when it's a physical thing with an actor, you know, going off on something out, like except that little thing, that little Mas Kanata thing. Besides that, the other things when they're physically in front of them, it shows how better that is to me.
yeah,
When they're right there, that you could,
and,
it looks like you could physically touch it.
and it's one of these, and it's one of these things where John Campea said this, and I absolutely agree with this. People are like, "Oh, this movie is going to have like no CG." No, this movie probably has more CG than every other freaking movie this year had. Okay, no, it doesn't. Probably it does. Probably
No, it has
combined.
CGI. I'm not saying it doesn't.
No, but I'm saying, even though the thing about this was some people out there think it has no CGI. No, it probably has more CGI than every other movie combined this year,
No,
except for
it
movies
has a
that are
lot of.
just CG.
It has
But it
it has thousands of special effects, but it used
but it's
CGI.
using them correctly. It
Yeah,
uses them
I
when you
think the
need to.
things where I think where it was CGI, it was needed.
Yeah.
I think when it wasn't, it was
Like
perfection.
a really good example of that is that scene where we're on Star Killer Base and you see the stormtroopers in the background.
Yeah.
Some of them are probably real people. There's no way that's all real people. That would be.
Did you know Daniel Craig was one of them?
Oh, he was?
Yeah, he had a cameo. He loves Star Wars, so he had to be in one of them. Yeah.
So he was in one of the he was one of the
Yeah.
stormtroopers,
Yep.
or
I'm
so,
sure other actors were in there too that we don't know about. Just like what's his name? Like there were multiple actors scattered through the movie because they love Star Wars that we
yeah.
don't know that were in it. You never know. Friggin' I don't know. Like major actors in Hollywood could have been in that movie without you even knowing.
George Lucas was there. No, I'm joking.
Probably. You never know. Maybe he can come back as a Jar Jar Binks cameo.
Yeah, that would be funny. But he's dead.
All right.
Jar
So what did
Jar
you think of Finn and the whole controversy of him being a black stormtrooper? What did you think of that?
It was handled well. I think the explanation was good. Um, I think the
I thought he
idea.
was really likable. I liked him right the second I met him. You know,
Well,
second he got on screen, I was like, "You're a likable guy. You're a really cool." You know, like if I would be anybody in that universe, I'd probably be him. You know, like because the decisions he makes seems real, like the real person in the like he seems like a real person stuck in this horrible, you know what I mean,
No, and I
situation.
love that, and I love his. I believe it was his opening. Or no. I love the. First of all, they did something really, really good where his friend dies and he rubs the blood on his mask. That is absolutely symbolizing that he's finally seeing what's really happening. But it also is a really good thing because now we never have to worry about losing him. We're gonna
Hmm.
know that that's him.
Oh, and he's not dead. I really thought that theory of him gonna die was true, and he didn't
Okay,
die in the movie.
I was wrong about that. I will admit I was
Well, no,
wrong.
that was because of multiple times. Like I can understand why I thought that too. I really thought that was what the trailer was showing you and distorting the image. But no, that was just a scene in the movie.
Yeah. But
And
we
he
don't
got
know.
his
He might
back.
end up.
He's
Uh,
not dead. He just in
he
a
might.
coma. He might be just. He's gonna wake up.
He might not wake up. It's possible. I mean, would there? Would is there? You've seen Stranger Things, right?
Yeah, but
Now,
I don't think.
I will tell you this as a
I think
joke.
that would be a really bad cop out to just kill him.
You know what would be an absolutely bad cop out would be,
Hmm.
and um basically anybody doing a future the director of Star Wars Episode 8, Ryan Johnson, I think his name is.
Oh,
Um,
I have to say this. Look, I like Ryan Johnson and Looper, but if I could speak to J.J. Abrams, I want to go on my hands and knees and beg him to do the next two movies. What do I have to do? What is every fan? If any fans of Star Wars is listening to this, and if you loved him and you loved this movie and you thought he did a great job, I want everybody to get him to come back. Like I want there to be a petition to bring him back. That probably won't do anything, but he really needs to do these movies. I don't want to, even though Ryan Johnson is good, it's just like you can't leave now. He did such a great job.
well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean,
You
I
never know. Like in a month from now, he'd be like, well, yeah, I wanted to not do anymore, but maybe I will. Hopefully he does. I really want to
yeah.
see him come back.
Or you could see Ryan Johnson's movie and go, "Wow, okay, yep, he was the right guy."
Yeah,
Uh,
he's better than JJ. Nah, I don't think that's. I just don't want someone to come in that ruins it.
I agree, but episode 4, 5, and 6 were all directed by different people, so this is just fitting.
Yeah, true.
And all those worked out, and those look like one series. So, and there are people who are working on all of them. So this isn't going to be like there isn't continuity. It's just the directors are changing. But
I just hope that they, no pun intended, keep it this. Keep it this. Don't go CGI crazy. Keep it practical. Keep what he set up. But enhance the story, keep the story going, but don't friggin', don't if it ain't broke, don't fix it. He fixed it.
but how mad would you be if
If
the
anything,
opening?
it was broke already. He fixed it. Don't break it again.
Yeah.
Follow
How
the
mad,
footsteps. It makes sense.
how mad would you be if the opening scroll of episode 8 was um
Now
after
that
Luke?
Jar Jar Binks is the evil
No, no,
emperor.
no, no, no. After Luke Skywalker's death, Ray goes.
Oh man, that would piss me the
Yeah.
fuck. Like I would literally be pissed.
Would you think about walking out of the theater?
I don't know if I'd walk out, but I'd be pissed.
There
I'd
would
be like,
be
"Are
people
you
that would
kidding
walk
me right
out.
now?" Like, no, you can't do that. Like, yeah, show us that movie of Luke Skywalker now training his daughter.
Oh,
I don't
one
know.
thing.
It could be wrong, and it's not. And it's still my theory that maybe he found her, and this is actually Obi-Wan's like granddaughter, and he
It
raised.
could be, but no, it
But why would this? Why would that lightsaber draw to her if she's not related to him?
yet again, it's I don't know, like I don't have an answer. But one thing I will say is, I believe Jeremy Johns said this, but like basically, I think this might have been a little too on the nose, but this would have been like I think there should have been dialogue at the end, and what
I
he
don't think they
said,
should have said a
and
damn word.
but what he said is the Force is. He said, what if the line was, the Force is strong in my family. My father, my father had it. I have it. My sister has it, and you have it, and you have that power as well.
And
Then we wouldn't be here having this debate, would
my
we?
child, no, you know what would have been sick? And my child, you have that power too. Now that would have been perfect.
Or the line that I would have used, is when she's trying to hand him the lightsaber. I would have had the line of.
Do you think they left that open for a reason and it's not his kid? Like maybe they want you to think that.
Okay, here's the reason I think it's locked shut. There's no debate. Okay.
All right, yeah, I want to hear this.
Okay, the reason I think it's locked shut debate is one very key thing. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If that wasn't, if that was just some random people,
yeah,
we would have seen them. Her parents are characters we know. They have to be characters we know. Now let's run down all the people that they could possibly be, unless Luke Skywalker found Obi-Wan Kenobi's daughter or granddaughter, which is possible, highly unlikely, but is possible.
I'm gonna laugh my ass off. Hopefully, I'm still alive at this point. If that happens, I want you to come to me and say, John, you are a genius.
Okay, but
because everybody was saying no, she's Luke Skywalker's kid. No, it's Han and Leia's kid. No, and then watch the 8th movie. It's freaking Obi-Wan's granddaughter.
But we all know what's going to be revealed.
And I said that shit like 50 times.
Yes, but in the next movie, we know the opening scene is going to be the extended part of that scene, and it's going to start out with my daughter.
I even said that in a past podcast before we saw the movie.
But we all know the opening scene of Episode 8 is going to be the extended scene of that, and it's going to be Luke saying, "Now, my daughter, let your training begin. I failed on your cousin. I will not fail on you."
That would be perfect, yeah.
That's going to be the opening scene, and I'm going to, and you know what I'm going to say after I'm done with the movie?
I think I wanted to, if they open the movie right where it left off, which I hope they do, that'd be fucking awesome. Like, I really want it to just take place right where it left off. I want that. You know what I mean? And then she's like, all right, that's yours. Put your hand down. Come hug me, my daughter. I think that might be a scene that they might reveal that in.
But it will piss me off. You know why? Because I'm going to go, I had to wait a fucking year and a half for you to reveal it in the first 2 minutes.
Yeah, but they want to build speculation. They want to build anticipation, and
that's fine.
And they want you to see the next movie. This right now, that scene at the end hooked me. I already bought my ticket to the next movie. That right there, I bought my ticket. I want to see that story unfold. I want to see where it goes from there.
The funny thing is, you might be able to buy your ticket. Actually, I'm joking, but
that is true.
What they start selling tickets for the next film.
I really love that. I really love that scene though. At the end,
it ends up being the highest-grossing film even before it comes out.
I really, yeah, that's true. It already happened with this movie.
Yeah, let's just talk about that for 10 seconds, okay?
All right.
Okay, so there were people basically saying I'm a fucking retard because I thought this was going to be the highest opening ever. And now everybody agrees with me. So
at first I was a little bit like it might not be that big, but it is. It really is.
Haven't I been saying that all along?
Yeah, you've been saying that since 2012.
Yes, I've been saying this all freaking along, and now I've been vindicated. You're even saying this is going to beat Titanic and most likely beat Avatar. I've been saying
Let me
that for
just
a
say this
long
right
ass
now.
time.
In its first day, it has made $130 million. Most movies that are the biggest movies ever don't even come close to that.
Harry Potter made, I think, 91 million. Harry Potter 7, and it's the second high. That's the second
I
highest.
mean, I guess Avengers came a little close, like
Well, let's put it
106,
this way. I think it was the. I think it
but
was
that's
the.
still the biggest opening in the first day. Imagine 2 days. I think it's going to be 350 opening weekend.
It could be. It's probably going to beat mine, but
What was yours?
mine was 250. But that was
Even
before
if,
I
even
actually
if
know.
it's even, I also heard 220 from someone on TV, but I think they're underestimating a
No, no,
little.
no. There's no way it's going to be 220. There's no way it's going to make 100 million on the next 2 days. That's not conceivably. No, it's going to make. It's probably going to make 100 tomorrow and 90 the next day. So whatever number that is, that's probably what that's going to be. So that's three. Yeah, that's it's going to make over 300 million. I didn't know how much it was going to make the first day. So yeah, this movie is going to make a shit ton of money. It's going to be one of the.
But those freaking, like, let's get back to the movies just for 1 second. Those freaking, when the ship was flying around and everything, like in 3D and shit, like, holy crap, man. Like, it looked so good. Like, it looked like the friggin' scenes where they were flying around, or like the scenes where they were like, like the villain in this movie, he is a badass. I know what I'm being for Halloween for the next 5 years.
Wow, I've just looked at Harry Potter, and Harry Potter went from Sunday 42, or Saturday 42, and Sunday 35. That's not going to happen with Star Wars, but that's
No,
weird.
it's gonna keep going down, yeah. But Harry Potter, what, Deadly Hollows Part Two?
No, no, Friday it made
No, I'm
91.
saying which one? Deadly Hollows Part Two.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is about Harry Potter for a second, but Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part Two, no question, in my opinion, is that the best one. For one reason, the emotion and impact that entire franchise had on everybody's lives, for it to end there. I just rewatched that movie. Every time I watch that movie, I cry like a damn babe. No other movie in
Yeah.
that franchise gave me that emotion. But yeah,
But I will say
back
this.
to Star Wars. I
Uh,
think Harry
but,
Potter and Star Wars is similar, though.
yeah, but one thing I will say.
Oh, and one more thing. I hope because of this movie, because this is like, because people thought after 4, 5, and 6 that it was done. Star Wars. They made prequels, but nobody really thought they were ever gonna go back and do 7, 8, and 9. Like, they thought that was just, the trilogy or whatever. Now that they did The Force Awakens and that's episode 7, I hope that ignites J.K. Rowling or something to do episode. I mean, book 8, book 9. I mean, book 8. Sorry. And then they do the future movie about, because they are doing a play. You know what I mean? Of the Dark Child or something. I hope that gets turned into a movie, but I don't think it will. But
So
yeah, back on Star Wars.
I believe it was. Was it the year that Age of Extinction came out? I'm not sure, but I think it was this year. I think it was I think it was the year Age of Extinction came out. Where there was no where they claimed it made 100 million. Wait. Oh yeah, they claimed it made 100 million opening weekend, but no film actually made 100 million opening weekend. Well, now we have a movie that makes 100 million opening day.
And you bought your ticket like how many months in advance?
2 months. I bought it.
When the
20,
first
I
real
bought it 24
official,
hours after it. You could.
when the first official teaser came out, when it said tickets now available, that's probably when you got it, right?
I got it 24 hours after that.
It's funny how I just walked to the theater and I
Yeah.
got my ticket and it wasn't sold out there.
No,
You know?
absolutely. But it's
But
because they were opening more screens. Like, no, this is like I
and what's
am.
even more funny is I went to a smaller theater. It wasn't like the biggest theater in the world. It was just, It was like a side theater. It wasn't like the
I
big.
would be, I would not be surprised. Okay.
I was making a point that you would think that the even smaller ones would have been sold out, but no.
No, no, you would think it would be the opposite because people are going to go to the bigger theaters. That's
But
what.
the bigger ones would have more screens and more showings. That's why I'm thinking that you
Yeah,
would think.
but like I'm like basically, obviously things are set up a certain way. But if they can do this, I guarantee you, if theaters are capable of doing this, they're like Alvin and the Chipmunks. No, 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 no. You lose that screen. That's a Star Wars screen. Yep, that's a Star Wars screen. Yep.
Yeah, and you know who else is really pissed off about that?
What?
They did that to Quentin Tarantino's
Yeah. How
movie.
do you feel about that?
I think it's fucked up, but hey,
That
I
like
don't know. I kind of feel like
he
he
was.
should.
Did you hear that story?
Yeah, I heard. Yeah, he's really pissed because they took his movie off his screen.
Well, no, no. But what happened was he had signed a contract. Okay.
Hmm.
And he had said that he gets this on that day, okay,
Yeah,
for a week, and then basically Disney comes up to them and says, "No, we're using that screen," and they're like, and the company is like, "No, no, no, we have a contract with him."
but even though I
Disney,
love Quentin Tarantino's movies, he is kind of an asshole in real life.
yeah,
He's kind
but
of a
but
dick.
they but the theater chain basically said, "No, I'm sorry, Disney. Quentin Tarantino has a contract with us. We're not going to void this contract." And then Disney said, "Okay, fine. You're never going to be able to show any of our films ever again. So have a nice day."
I
And
mean,
then they were like, "Oh, okay, okay, okay. Yep, yep. Sorry, Quentin Tarantino. I'm sorry. We got to out you." Now, to be fair, yes, Disney was freaking assholes about this. But if you were that theater chain, you're not the bad guy. You're not the bad guy in the least.
yeah, it's business, and that's the business that they're
No,
trying.
no,
You
no.
know what I
It's
mean?
basically you can't lose Disney. You can lose never showing a Quentin Tarantino film ever again. I'm
And that
sorry, he
hurts you if
doesn't make
Star
that
Wars.
many movies. What?
And if that would hurt you at one point if a Star Wars movie ain't coming out or a Marvel movie at that point, and it's the only Tarantino.
Marvel, Disney. I mean, what Disney does is too huge. Like, if you can't show the
The
Avengers
Pixar
movie,
shit, Pixar.
yeah, like if you can't show those movies, you're screwed. You're not making money. If you can't show the new, uh, the, the, the new Quentin Tarantino movie, yeah, that's going to be a little hard on you, but that's not going to hurt your. That's not going to.
That's not going
Disney
to really bring.
releases like 3 or 4 films a year.
Yeah, the Disney business is more better than a Quentin Tarantino. Even
Well,
though all Quentin Tarantino's movies make mad money.
no, they make mad money, but like it's the idea that like I understand the business model. Disney is absolutely the villains here. They're absolutely the we are the villain. Like I can see the emperor. I can see him
I could
having
see
the
the
emperor
evil
throw.
Mickey Mouse. The evil Mickey Mouse with the friggin'
Yes,
emperor with the emperor thing wearing. Yeah.
yeah, with the emperor cloak, sitting in the chair, going.
Yeah, you can't play. My Star Wars is killing you now.
Now, would you be mad? Okay, let me say this. Would you be mad if that actually is not how that is actually not how Supreme Leader Snoke looks? And then in the next movie where they actually finally introduce you, it's Mickey Mouse.
I'm walking out at that point.
Why?
Because if that happens, then I'm like, what are you doing? I mean, are you trying to outdo making bad Star Wars films like George Lucas?
Okay, so what would be better, Mickey
George Lucas?
Mouse or Jar Jar Binks being the Sith Lord?
I'd probably rather be Jar Jar Binks.
Mickey Mouse would be fun here.
It would just be so fucking weird.
No, it would, and they're not going to do it, of course.
No, that would never happen. But yeah. So what do you think is going to happen next?
Okay, so obviously we're gonna get the confirmation that that Rey's name is something Skywalker. It's not Rey Skywalker, but it's going to be
Or
something
Obi-Wan Kenobi?
it's Luke's daughter. I mean,
I found you when you.
I'm 99.9999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999
even after the movie came out.
Yes, I thought this was going to be like, I literally came here and I was literally going to do a spoiler video, and I still might do it, but you know what I was going to say?
Hmm.
I was going to do a video saying after the box office came out, and I think I can already say this, but I was going to come, everybody, have you ever heard of humble pie? Well, I'm cooking humble pie, and anybody who wants to eat some humble pie, I'm willing to give you some. I got a lot of humble pie cooking because I was right. I was right, and I was right, but I'm not willing to say I'm right about the Daisy Ridley thing because it's yet to be confirmed.
Yeah.
I hope that this doesn't come out in a book. That like they don't have,
Oh, that
like
would
they
piss
don't,
me off.
like that the scene is that
No,
like
they did this for a reason.
no, I agree, but how pissed would you be if there was a book where they show Luke
Like,
Skywalker?
why the fuck didn't you just say that in the fucking movie? Like, put that in. Sorry for cursing forever out there who's under the age of whatever, who's listening to this. But still, that's my reaction. That's stupidity at its finest. You don't do that. If you were gonna do that in a book, you don't do that in a book. You do that in a movie.
Unless it's one of these times that the director thinks he revealed something that he didn't actually reveal. Have you ever seen that before, where the director thinks he's revealed something to the audience, thinks something is completely obvious and not
I
questioned?
think that's what it is. I really do. I think it's so obvious that you don't need to say it. That's why I think that scene speaks a billion to
Yeah,
words.
but if that's what the director did, then that could be revealed in a
Because
book
that's what he
because
says when you watch that video. Watch the video about J.J. Abrams talking about his mystery box. He even says that in that video that he wants scenes like that where it tells you everything you need to know without, hey, this is what that is. Do you want me to beat it over your freaking head?
this is
That's what it is.
this is one of these times where I think they kind of needed to beat it over our head because there are people that are like convinced that it's not, that is confirmation
And
that
I
that's
think if you
not Luke's
think that, I
daughter.
think I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna be a dick. If there's people out there who don't think that she is, fine. But I can't understand what you're seeing here. I don't see what you're seeing. It is. She is related to Skywalker, period.
Okay, this is what I said. This is what I said to a group that ironically were dressed up like Star Trek characters. So their opinion
Are
probably
they
doesn't go
trying to get
anywhere.
killed?
Probably.
Are they trying to get mauled by a friggin'
And it
heap
was
of
actually
Star
funny
Wars?
because one of them I asked who he was because I couldn't. He was Oda
All
from.
right, get this guy out of here. Stormtrooper one out.
Yeah, he was Oa or Oda or something. I forgot his name, but he's from Deep Space Nine. He can like change form. That's who he dressed up like, and I asked who he was, and I think he said like I'm Darth Maul or like I knew who the character was. I knew who he was dressed up as, and it was like I just couldn't remember the name of the character, and he just gave me a Star Wars character. I'm like, and then I just walk away because I'm like the guy's fucking trolling me. The guy
Yeah, he was just
like
trying to be a dick. Like he was. Yeah, that's just.
yeah,
Yeah, he was like,
but I
I'm.
was talking to that I was
What
talking to that group,
what an
and
asshole! I'm Darth Maul. No, you're not.
yeah, I'll show you a picture of how the character looks, and he actually was wearing like the outfit and the mask. So yeah, it was one of these times where
Oh, I
something.
saw a couple of people in costumes. I saw one of dressed up like a Jedi master, one dressed up like a stormtrooper, and one dressed up like a what do they call those things? The Ewok things.
There was an Obi-Wan Kenobi and a Princess Leia, I believe, couple.
Hmm.
Um, there was, and then there were a lot of people just wearing like Jedi robes. That was very common. Like there were a lot of costumes in my theater, but it was just funny that there was a group of two people that were dressed up like Star Trek characters. And I was talking to them, and they were like, no, it's not Luke's daughter. That would be too messy. There's no way that's Luke's daughter. Which, yet again, I think he had
I
messy
mean,
things
it's
happening.
freaking obvious. It is obvious. That's why I'm
It's so
afraid the next
obvious.
director. But I'm afraid that the next director might be like, well, she's not. She
Well,
is.
there's no way he can do that. Like that's already been that type of stuff has already been written in stone.
I
They're not
hope
going to
so. I
do that.
really fucking
They're
hope.
not going to bring in a new guy and let him. Let me see something. Let me see something. Okay.
Mm.
think I I think I know
I
something.
I think it's already written.
Oh, it is.
Oh, so you know what I think the next one should be called?
It's filming next year.
I don't know if you like this title, but I like this title. Star Wars: Rise of the Jedi.
Could
She's
be.
the new Jedi. She's gonna, the Force awoken in her. Now she's becoming a Jedi. Why not call it Rise of the Jedi? You know,
Yep.
what would you call it? What name you like better?
And again, I haven't really thought about names. If I give you a name, it would be something I thought that I just thought of.
I remember you saying another one. Oh, Force Academy or something. I remember you saying. You
I don't think I
still?
said that, but if I name something like right now, let me think. Okay, let me just give me 10 seconds to think. Okay.
Right.
Um,
But I like Rise of the Jedi because
yeah,
there could be other Jedi's too that rise as a Jedi in the story too, so it doesn't have to just be about Rey. You know, I mean, just yeah, she is a Skywalker. That was so blatantly obvious that they were trying to tell you that. She was like, even in a scene in the movie, she's like, maybe I always knew. Even Mass Kanata said to her, you know what I mean, that I think you know too. You know what I mean? Like they were
yeah,
obviously telling you that without directly saying it
yeah.
right in your
Oh,
face.
good, good. IMDb finally puts Ray as in the movie of Episode 8. I'm
But am
like,
I wrong though? I mean, it told you that in the movie in scenes. You know. You know who you are. You know what I mean? You know you've been waiting all this time, but really it's your destiny to go to your family. That's what they tried to point out in the frigging movie.
yeah. Oh, and it was really funny that that line that I used in my argument about the eyes had
Oh yeah.
nothing to do with Ray.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And it was like one of these things where that line was so misleading because I've been around long enough to see eyes to, to to see eyes multiple times, and I've seen those eyes before.
And
That
he
is
meant that
eyes,
she meant that to Finn, yeah.
but it's not like I know who you're related to. It's no, you're just a coward. I've seen cowardly eyes before.
Yeah, and
Like it
you're a
was,
pretty coward.
yeah. It's just it was and there were a
Oh,
lot
but
of
I don't think
lines.
he was a coward. I think he was just doing what he thinks was
Yeah,
best.
but she was basically saying that you have a choice to make, and you can make that choice right now.
Yeah.
And if you make the choice you're thinking of, the eyes that you have right now, you will be a coward. You will be running away from what you need to run away from. And like there were like a lot of hope is not lost, hope is found wasn't in the movie.
Yeah, that.
Obviously Luke's line of that we were naming earlier. Maybe it's in a deleted scene, but my father has it. My
Yeah, that I don't think I
I
don't
have it. My sister has
I
it.
remember Luke Skywalker, Mark Hamill saying that he recorded that, but I really don't think that's new audio. I think he just said that to
No, no,
get
no,
people
no,
to
no, no, no. What it is new audio and it's old audio because if you listen, there's an echo. Like there's like a little,
like that's just added in.
but the echo is re-recorded that scene. Like the one that you can hear very, very, very
You have
audibly.
that power too. Even that part when he says you have that power too is in the
Yeah,
old movie.
that's just an edit of you have that power too. My father, I believe the or no, the original line. Yeah, the original line is you have that power too. I believe my father has it. I have it, and my sister has it. I think that's the original line. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's what it was. Um,
Yeah, and then they
I
restructured it for the
I
trailer.
don't think the next movie is going to be Jedi Academy, and I do think there was one theory I kind of had that I don't think I told anybody, and I
Mm-hmm.
think this is actually going to be true. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
where I had a theory that obviously I had a theory that Luke trained, and I might have told you this that Luke trained Kylo Ren, and it went horribly bad.
I
Okay,
want to see some of that.
and I think we're going to see that in comic book and novel form.
I'm gonna
Uh,
read those when those are released. Let me know
yeah,
because I want to
I
read
will.
those.
I will absolutely let you know.
And I gotta say this right now, Kylo Ren was such a badass.
Yeah, but I
Like
have to.
every scene he was in, he was just a bad. Like I loved every line, every scene, every freaking lightsaber fight he did. When he walked out in the first frame and he stopped that gun and the freaking bullet was still sitting there, I was like, holy shit, shit's getting real. You are a strong ass mofo.
Yeah.
Let me just say that. Be the PG version. You're a strong ass mother effer.
my theory is that there will probably be a line, but there will be something in the next movie of I attempted to train somebody else's children and it didn't work out. Now I finally will train my own child,
Yes, yes.
and that was his folly. Is that he shouldn't have trained Han and Leia's, and I think why he shouldn't have trained Han and Leia's is because of Han. Han's rebellious nature is what led to that.
Oh, and what about friggin' the Chrome Stormtrooper girl? She was barely in the movie, but I thought she was cool though.
Well, one thing that if that actress would have been older, one interesting theory that would be is what if she's Rey's mother?
Oh wow.
That like he dated somebody that they turned over to the
Do you
first
think we
order.
will meet her mother? Maybe that's it.
I
Wow,
think
maybe.
I think she's too young.
But who? Yeah, but she does kind of look older. Older. Like you could make her look a little older. I don't know. I can't. I don't think. Nah. Maybe. I don't know. That would be interesting, but I don't think so.
I think Rey's mother is dead.
But do you think we'll ever know who she was? Like,
No,
I
I
think there
think
should be a scene in the
we
movie.
will.
Who is my mother? Like, you'll see that in the next one. I think all that's going to be revealed in the next one. Then
Yeah,
it'll be messed up if it's not revealed in the next one too.
you know
Oh,
how
we'll reveal it in we'll reveal it in the third one.
you know how I actually do think they are going to reveal it is.
Hmm.
This might be too on the nose, but I think how they're going to reveal it is Rey will be battling Kylo Ren. They have not revealed it yet in the movie. Okay, this is the end scene of the movie,
Yeah.
and Rey says, "We are cousins. We shouldn't be fighting. We should be on the same side."
Yeah.
And he goes, "No, you're lying."
I love him, People, I heard a lot. I read a, I read a couple of people online saying he was over the top, and they reminded him of Hayden Christensen. That's the guy who played it. Like, are you out of your freaking mind? Like,
Yeah,
seriously,
they're on
no.
drugs. They're literally on drugs, and I don't mean like good drugs like weed. I mean like the drugs you should never take.
Yeah, like methamphetamines. Stay off
Yeah,
acid. Stay off acid.
yeah, they're on acid. They're definitely on acid. Okay, like
Like,
next time
just stop.
somebody says that Kylo Ren did a bad job, you should go. I don't know what kind of drugs you took, but you should stop taking those drugs because they're not doing anything good for you.
All right, and let me just say this: just stop. Just stop. Seriously. All right, now I want to talk about this.
But
What do you think about these weirdo fans who are going and threatening people to spoil the movie for people because
okay,
they want the expanded universe in this?
okay, so the
I mean,
expanded
these
universe.
psycho, weirdo, basement, never had a girlfriend in their lives, psychos. Now go ahead.
Okay, so the expanded universe, and it's funny because they actually said almost the exact same thing in um in in a video where they said, "Yeah, you're never gonna get any pussy. If you're into dick, you're never gonna get any dick. So yeah, it's never gonna happen for
No,
you." um, and
but it's
so
true though. I mean, like you're freaking taking it way too far. It's a fucking
well,
movie.
Well, it's not just a movie. It's that these are not Star Wars fans. They're expanded universe fans. You don't like Star Wars because you don't like what came before. You like the stuff that you've been reading more so. I'm sorry. That stuff is not fucking consistent. And yes, I can swear on my own video. That's not consistent. For people who said, "Oh, you only read a handful of books or you haven't read everything," I'm sorry. I'm going to say this, okay? Star Trek Enterprise is not freaking consistent with the other shit, and that is the fifth show. So you're telling me, and that's written by the same people who wrote Star Trek. There are big leaps in logic in that show. So you're telling me something that's been written by hundreds of writers is completely consistent and it has nothing, even though there are things of the expanded universe, believe it or not.
Even if they were upset about this, you don't ruin experience for other people.
But
And
there,
freaking, like, you're not the only person in the world, assholes. Like, seriously, other people don't feel that way. They don't care. Let them enjoy the damn movie. Don't be a friggin' dick. Like,
yeah.
I swear to God, if I ever see anybody doing this shit, I'm gonna ban them for anything, and I'm gonna own the shit out of them because that's messed up. You don't friggin' do that to people. Like
Yeah, and I
seriously.
mean, but
Like what about the people that only seen the movies? They're not that invested. Like me, for example. I love the movies. I'm not like the biggest Star Wars fan in the world. I don't know everything about Star Wars. But what if I saw that and it ruined the fucking movie? You know what I mean? Like I like the movies. I'm sure there's other people out there that only seen the movies. Not everybody reads comics. Not everybody watches cartoons. Not everybody watches plays video games. You know what I mean? Some people just watch the movies. Not everybody reads all this extra stuff. Maybe not everybody knows about it. So you're gonna sit there and ruin the experience for everybody else just because of this?
yeah,
And
they're
you can
assholes.
still enjoy that too as what ifs. I have Batman stories. I'm a huge Batman fan that are what if stories that aren't canon that I still enjoy.
Yeah, like Batman and Gaslight, I think it's called.
Yeah, or Dark
Where
Knight Returns, the most popular one.
yeah, where yeah, I mean, the thing about this is if you want the expanded universe to still be canon, well, it's canon for you. Congratulations! Don't ever watch any of the new movies. Don't ever have any more fun with Star Wars cinema. You don't ever have to go to see another Star Wars movie. Don't ever buy The Force Awakens on DVD. Don't buy Episode. You can watch the you might be able to watch some of the other things, but just don't read any of the books that are coming out. Don't read any of the comics because there are thousands of things you can read and watch and enjoy right now. And for people that are like, I've already done all that. Well, you haven't done it all because there's so much freaking thing. There are like 300 novels and hundreds of comics. So just go watch that stuff. Enjoy it. You'll have that stuff for the rest of your life. You're never going to finish it all. There's plenty of games. I like Knights of the Old Republic, okay? If it comes out tomorrow and says that's never going to be canon, we're redoing that, okay, fine. I still have it. I still can enjoy it. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter to me. It
you
still
can still
exists.
enjoy the stuff. You can still escape in it, even though
Like
it's
right
not.
now, the stuff that happens right after episode 6, I don't care to read
There are
anymore.
Superman stories that I enjoy that aren't canon.
Yeah.
There are horror books that are based on other things that happen in the universe that's not
Well,
canon. You can
well,
still enjoy it.
yeah. Well, let
Like
me
in
give
other
you a really
there like another example, there are other franchises that I enjoy that have off, stories that aren't canon that I read, although that I've, seen, you know what I mean, or heard of. Like it's not the end of the world if you don't if it's not a part of it, it's not the end of the world. You can still enjoy it.
well, let me give you
Don't
kind of
ruin the movie for everybody else. Like, are you out of your minds?
but let me give you a really good example, okay? Something that people should take in mind, okay? Um, you enjoy stuff from Bat in the Sun, from other people who do not have the license, okay? And they make
Yeah,
fan
like a lot of
films.
YouTubers who make fan
Yeah,
films those aren't canon.
yeah.
They're amazing.
And you enjoy those and you can have enjoyment with them. So this stuff is, I'm sorry, the expanded universe is pretty much just like licensed fanfic. It's not actually coming from anybody who had any real pull.
Nobody
I mean,
like official. Even though they're
yeah.
all talented, it's not official.
Like for instance, somebody said that what if the planet Luke is on is Tython? I don't think it's Tython.
I
It
just think
looks
they're upset because they
yeah,
wanted to be a part of it in a bigger scale. It's all about
because
I want to be in it too. Well, too bad. You're not. I mean, calm down. You know what I mean?
because Dawn of the
I
Jedi,
want my novel I wrote 15 years ago to be canon.
yeah.
I want
Um,
my fake script that I just wrote 5 hours ago to be canon.
Yeah, it's like there's a story that is called Dawn of the Jedi, which basically and I'll tell you
Maybe
this
that's
really
what it'll called. Star Wars: Dawn of the Jedi.
is it Dawn? I think it is called Dawn of the
That
Jedi,
kind of means the
and
same thing. Rise of the Jedi. Dawn and
yeah,
Rise almost have the same meaning.
but the thing about this comic that's kind of interesting
Hmm.
is in the comic when you first meet them, like they introduce how everybody got there, and then 1,000 years or something has passed, and you now have a fully functioning Jedi temple, and you have the structure now, and
Hold on, we
and
got a couple of comments. What happens to the Republic? You can answer this after. Keep going.
okay, and so basically uh, basically what basically what happens is that in this, if you go, we will answer your question in 1 minute. I see those three questions. We will answer this. I just want to finish what I'm saying so I don't get train of thought. Um, so the so in the Dawn of the Jedi, there is a so basically what it is if you go too far to the light or too far to the dark, they put you on they basically put you on one of two moons so you can get back to the balance, because in this world at this point there are Jedi or Jedi or something like that. They're basically Jedi with two eyes, I think it's called. Basically just to distinguish it. And Jedi, I think they're called. Yeah, they're Jedi. And basically what they are is that in this world, a Jedi is somebody who has balance. And if you don't have balance, and the story is, basically they meet somebody, our protagonist, our hero of the story, who is basically the complete opposite. Like he's been trained in the dark side. That's all he knows. He doesn't know the light. And when he's showing to these people and he ends up helping them out, they put him on one of these moons, and ultimately they need his help to save the day. But it's this interesting idea of that the Jedi or the Jedi started out as being completely using both sides, the light and the dark, and ultimately went straight to the light, and the Sith went straight to the dark. So it's an interesting take. That's all going to be rebooted, I think. Now, your question: what happens to the Republic? Did they destroy Coruscant? I don't think that planet is Coruscant that is destroying the movie. We don't know, but I don't think it is Coruscant. To go beyond that, and this is asked by Gabe Kyle 16. Thank you for your questions. Now, what happened to the Republic? Well, this is in a book. They should have explained this a little bit better. Basically, what happened is Mon Mothma basically cut the military to 90%, and as far as I'm aware, the resistance is probably the militarization of the new Republic. The new Republic still stands. It's just that they're getting their asses handed to them. And I believe they did change the capital. It's no longer Coruscant. Don't quote me on that. And I think that's probably the planet that got destroyed is the new capital of the new Republic. So hopefully that answers your question. Obviously, I don't know all the facts of it, but that's basically how I understand that. But we don't know what the 4 planets that got destroyed. That should have been a little bit better. That's one of those complaints you can say about this movie, is that unlike when Alderaan got destroyed, we knew what Alderaan was. We knew why Alderaan getting destroyed was a big deal. There could have been a line of basically blah blah blah, the whole world of the new or the Republic just got destroyed. That would have meant something a little bit more.
Yeah.
Getting 4 planets blown up that we don't know what they are. Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah, that was really messed up. Like, I felt for those planets in the movie when they got blown up.
I didn't really, because I didn't know who they were. I didn't know what planets they were. Maybe they were just random
Maybe that's
planets.
going to be revealed in like a side comic.
Yeah, but you don't do that in a side comic. You don't like that's something big.
Maybe we'll get to know them, maybe in a little bit.
We will, but you shouldn't have to read a side comic to be invested on planets that get destroyed in a movie. Alderaan was never shown in the movie.
So did you read some of the comics before the movie?
I read one comic, and in one comic, they actually reveal who they actually show you Poe Dameron's parents.
Oh, really?
Yeah, his mother is an A-wing pilot.
Huh. I really liked him. He was mad likable.
Yeah.
Like, I like Oscar Isaac as an actor. I think all the cast across the board was amazing. And what's even more surprising is that Daisy Ridley was barely in any movies before this. Like, she was on a movie for like 2 weeks. That's it. But she was relatively an unknown. And it was really great. Like, she was so great in this movie. Like,
Yep.
Like, she stole the show.
Absolutely.
And I think Kylo Ren. Mix.
No, absolutely.
It's a tie between Kylo Ren for me and Daisy Ridley
Yeah, they were both really good, and they were both distinct characters. And
and John Boyega. I think the whole cast was awesome.
yep, I actually loved Poe Dameron. I loved the idea of Poe Dameron. Like we got to know Poe Dameron so much, even though he wasn't in the movie a lot. Like I love that line of "Can you fly an X or a TIE fighter?" He's like, "I can fly anything," and then
Yeah,
he's flying it like nothing. He's like, "Just give me a second to figure out how to get this unattached." But yeah, I can fly anything. Like I wish he would have flown the Millennium Falcon. That would have been perfect.
I think he will in the next ones. I think he's gonna end up being a part of the crew now. Like
Yeah.
this is your new team.
Well, I do think what I think it's going to be is I think it's going to be really similar to how they did Empire Strikes Back, where we get where we get Poe Dameron with
Oh man, we never even mentioned BB-8.
yeah, BB-8 was great.
Like he was adorable.
Oh, one thing I will say now that you brought up BB-8, one thing I wish they would have done slightly different, and to me would have been a little bit more
So
of
basically,
confirmation.
the basic plot is that BB-8 had plans that he had to get to because it was Poe Dameron's. It was his BB-8 that had the
Yeah,
plans to find Luke Skywalker. He was trying to get those plans safe to who was he getting them to? I don't remember. I haven't seen. I saw it a couple of days ago.
no, he was getting them to the Resistance.
Yeah, he was getting them to. Yeah. So yeah, so that was the whole movie that they had to
Oh,
get the plans.
one thing that didn't make a lot of sense to me, and
I
there's
mean, the map, not plans. I'm
yeah,
sorry, the map.
there needed to be a line. This was actually something I think was underexplained. Okay,
Hmm.
is so Rey has had no connection with Luke Skywalker, and she's the only one who goes to see Luke Skywalker. Like yet again, that's why she is his daughter.
Yes.
But the idea of it
I
is
have to go alone. I have to do this for myself. She's been waiting for her family, and no, you have to go to your family. It's
yeah,
all along you've been waiting, but that's what the little Mascanada creature thing said to her. You've been waiting, but all you had to do was go to them. That's
yes,
what she said. You've
yep.
been waiting for your family. Go to them instead.
Yeah, don't
It's
wait on
ahead of
this planet because
it's
they're all
yeah,
saving the galaxy.
they're not coming. It's ahead of you. Go ahead of you to find them.
Yep.
So yeah, that it's pretty obvious. I think they're
No, I
obviously
agree.
telling you. I think they're telling you without telling you, and I like
No,
that
no,
though.
and it might not be telling you without telling you. It might be one of these times where, and I do think this is one of these times where the director thinks he's told you more than he actually told you. It's one of these times where, and this happens, and that's fine because I don't think this is J.J. Abrams being what's the word I'm looking for? Being
Ambiguous.
Yeah, I don't think this is him being ambiguous. I think this is him coming out and saying, "Yep, I revealed it," and I would not be
Well,
surprised.
it's still ambiguous, but it's obvious ambiguous.
Well, I would not be surprised. Okay, would you be surprised if J.J. Abrams comes out and does an interview and he says, "I've been getting this. I've been hearing a lot of people saying that they don't think Rey and Luke are father and daughter. I don't know how I could have made it more obvious. I would not be
Unless if
surprised."
I said I am your father, like what else do you want me to say here?
Would you be surprised
It
if
would
he
have been
actually
funny
comes?
though. No, but I am like you got to do that in the next movie. I am your father.
But would you
Like
be? What would you do if he actually does come out and say, "I can't believe people are saying this. I pretty much, or I said it right in the movie. Wasn't it obvious?"
he probably will. Yeah. Like how do you not know that? Like I'm telling you, it's really like I even think for like casual fans like me, if I'm a casual fan and I got that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
For a diehard fan, that should be even more
And I'm
obvious.
hearing diehard fans, like I'm hearing the Underworld basically came out and said in their video,
Hmm.
it's confirmed she comes from she's a brand new character. She's not from any of the
What are you watching?
and these are diehard fans that are saying this.
I don't get it. I really don't.
Mark Ellis and who else? The Smos. Mark Ellis and who's the other one?
I'm not sure. I don't really watch that many.
But
Oh,
but the other, yes, Christian
Christian.
Harloff. Christian Harloff basically came out and said, "No, it's confirmed. It is confirmed." And also,
Oh, he said that.
yeah, and John
Yeah,
Snap
I
also
think
said,
him, Christian, and Snap. I like the most. I think they know what they know. Never
and
mind. Yeah.
Snap actually came out and said, "Yep, that's Luke's daughter."
I mean, and he was even on. I think I remember you saying that he was even on that side of that she's Han and Leia's kid, but
Yeah.
and no, he's saying that no, she is his daughter now. So even he
No,
knows.
no, 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 no. You mean
No, I mean that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just yeah. What I'm saying is
um
that he thought at
Christian
one point.
Harloff,
Yeah, Christian
Christian
Harloff at one
Harloff.
point. Yeah, Christian Harloff at one point thought that she was Han and Leia's daughter.
No, but for the longest time, he thought they were cousins. He absolutely was correct.
Well, they kind of still are.
No, no, I'm saying he thought they were
Oh,
cousins.
cousins of Luke Skywalker and Rey.
He thought that
Rey and Luke
Ray
Skywalker.
and Ben. No, he thought that
Oh,
Ray and Ben were cousins, and he was right. Like he's been saying, they were cousins for
oh,
the.
so they are though. They are cousins, right?
Yes, they are cousins.
I love that scene when
And I'm
freaking
actually right
like
below.
When Kylo Ren walked up to the Darth Vader helmet. I was waiting for that scene. I was waiting to see when he found the Darth Vader helmet because I was kind of hoping that they would show how they got the helmet, but they never did. But I guess
I
that
was
could be a
waiting for
kind.
the line that never.
I guess that could be a little bit of a nitpick that they could have. I guess not everything needs to be thrown in your face, but how did he get that helmet though? Because I just rewatched the third one again. I mean, not the third one. Fuck, it's because of those prequels. It's really the third one, but it's the sixth one. But that movie, they burn his remains. How did he get it? How did he get it?
Well, it was on the planet. Probably somebody probably picked it up. That's not so hard to
I mean,
understand.
yeah, I
But
guess so. It's like
but I
a
was waiting for the line. I was waiting for the line that never came. Of I am a diehard. I am a diehard Vader fanboy. I'm a collector, and I will destroy Luke Skywalker for burning this collector's item. How dare you do this? If you hadn't burned this helmet, I would not be the bad guy that I am. It's all your fault. Han, I killed you over Luke Skywalker burning a goddamn helmet.
I really think if they make a Spaceballs movie, like that's really gonna be like a major joke in that movie, like a Spaceballs 2. Every 10 seconds, he's gonna just break everything. Look, we're running out of stuff here.
You think might do the joke? Do you think they might do the
That's
joke?
not what I wanted in my latte.
Yeah. Do you think they might do the joke of who is the bad guy in Darth Helmet? I think it is. Yeah. Do you think they might do the joke of I'm a fanboy of Darth Helmet, and you burnt his mask,
Yeah,
and now I'm
yeah.
gonna destroy the galaxy for that reason.
Yeah.
Yes, but we've been talking for a while. I think we've basically gotten our thoughts out. We'll probably do more videos on this topic.
Yeah, in the future, I think we talked about doing one with more people.
Yeah, get some more thoughts on it. But a lot of people haven't seen the
Because I
movie.
do want to
So,
see it again. I want to see it again.
yeah, we'll probably do it in about a week when other people have seen the movie. I'm seeing it on Christmas Day again. I might see it before, but I already have tickets for Christmas Day, so that's a lot. So yes, definitely give us your thoughts. I do read the comments.
All right, so any final thoughts, real quick? Like overall, final quick thoughts.
Great movie.
Out of 10, did you come up with that yet?
I'm still at a 10, so give me more time. I don't want to rate this movie. I don't want to rate it.
I'm gonna give it about. I'm gonna give it a 10. A 10 out of 10. I think it's that good. I think most complaints are just going to be nitpicks at this point because we're getting the first half of a story. Of course, there's going to be questions
The
unanswered.
first third of the movie, not first half. The first third of the
Yeah,
movie.
we're looking at the first chapter of a book here. We need the whole thing. You need the whole piece. This is the first
Since
piece
we've
of the.
been since we've been doing this, there have been two more. There have been two more freshes that have come in.
This is the first piece of a story. More will come in, and it'll make it even better. Hopefully, I think J.J. Abrams should stay, but I just hope they don't fuck it up from here on out. Sorry for cursing, but I just hope they don't. But yeah, I love the movie. I totally friggin'. I think it was worth seeing in theaters. if you're still listening to this and you haven't seen it and you just listen to all the spoilers, what are you on? What are you doing? But go see the movie. If you're a Star Wars fan and you're listening to this, go see it.
And why the hell did you listen to this? How dare you?
Some
No.
people don't give a shit about spoilers.
And just no, no, no. You give a shit about spoilers. Go, no, no, go, go. But we're already done. So
No,
yes,
wait, what about when he took his helmet off? I forgot to mention that. That was cool. Like when he started, when you saw Kylo Ren with his helmet off and you revealed his face and everything. Yeah, but great movie. Loved it. I mean, there's stuff obviously that we didn't get to in this video, but we will in the future if we do more. This is just the first thoughts of us together talking about it. I'm sure he's gonna do more videos on this in the
yep.
future to
I'm gonna
get
do
more
a lot of
thoughts.
speculation videos. So stay tuned. There will be more videos, and yeah. So leave a comment below. This was Goku for the Sum One, and
And hope you enjoyed it. See you
yeah,
later.
see you next time, YouTube.